Hello and welcome to another Writerly Witterings with me, Michael Jex, the tea drinking author. Cheers. Now, I was thinking, what on earth am I going to talk about this week? I am snowed under with work. I've got to write a book and finish it before the end of the middle of April. And that's a bit of a challenge with Easter coming up and kids coming home and everything. So I just thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then this arrived. And I thought, that's jolly good, because I've been thinking about getting some new notebooks, and I thought it'd be useful just to show that this is the sort of quality that you get when you buy from William Hannah. God bless them, because it's just really neatly packaged. It comes in a good protective envelope, and then inside you get really beautifully presented, just ripping it open here, really beautifully presented products. And what is really, really good is that when you know that the company itself treats their products with respect, then you know that there's not a lot of paper to rip up here. You know that you're getting something that they respect, they value, and that means that you're likely to value it rather better too. Does that make sense? I think it does. So here we go. These are some nice new A6 notebooks. Now, I have some notebooks already. Look here. I have some notebooks that are filled. So this is one of my sketchbooks, which is perfectly acceptable. I have one Lockby notebook. That's the only one I've got, which is rather frustrating. But what is really frustrating is that they seem to have sold out, and they won't have any more till May. Now, these Paper Republics notebooks are brilliant. They're really, really good. But I ordered, or tried to order, these back in, let me see, when was it? I tried to order them in September, October last year, and they didn't have any. They'd sold out. So I had to wait until, I think it was February this year. And that was jolly frustrating. At last, the order did come through. One drawing book and one plain paper notebook, which is great, except I didn't want plain paper, I wanted lined. The drawing book is great, but this means I've actually got two sketchbooks where I really didn't want them. Now, these are lovely. I really like the paper. It's wonderfully smooth. I assume it's hot pressed, and ideal for writing with fountain pen or anything else you want. And these books are wonderful because they open flat, because they are properly stitched and bound. But they're £17 each, and I can't quite get over that. That is just such a lot of money when you can buy each of these from William Hannah. And if you have 3 of them, they are a little bit thicker than one of those Paper Republics, just a little bit, but that's mainly due to the thickness of the board coverings, I think. But these work out at, I think it was about £12 for the 3, so about £4 each notebook. That includes postage. 12, 17. You know what? I much prefer the William Hannahs. which I didn't think I was going to be able to say, it has to be admitted. So what do I use these notebooks for? Well, I tend to have with me at any time one William Hanna that is lined, comme ça. I will also have a William Hanna or a Paper Republic that is just plain for sketching. And those are the two main things I want to have with me at all times. Now, it doesn't matter whether I'm out walking the dog or wandering around the house in an aimless, rather gormless fashion. It just means that I can do whatever I need to do for work. So, for example, here we have a Lockby notebook. It is brilliant. I love it, and it is with me almost every single day. And the first section is a notebook. I'm just going to a page where I know there isn't going to be any sort of embarrassment by giving away someone's email address. Right, so I've got my lined notebook, and that is what I will use for all of my notes. The second notebook is also a lined notebook. Here we are, a second William Hanna. Why have I got the two? Well, the first one, I've now got a bit of one page left, and so I need to have a replacement. And as soon as that one is filled, that will go into my little archive box. This will then be moved to the front, and I'll have a second lined notebook behind it. I also have a dot grid. This is an interesting one. It's from Great Fountain of Italy, he says, going to the back and just making sure that's right. Yep, Great Fountain, made in Italy. Now, these guys do a number of things that are very interesting. I do like this format of dot grid where each of the dots is actually a little plus sign, which is different, but just rather nice. And then at the back of this, I will always have a sketchbook. And I have to admit, I have been thoroughly enjoying sketching every single day. So I made it a New Year's resolution that this year I would actually do a sketch per day. Now, I haven't always succeeded. I have been a little bit tardy on occasion. I have every now and again had to catch up the following day because I didn't do two sketches one day, so I did two. I didn't do a sketch on a particular day, so I had to do two the following day. Does that make? Yes, good, right. So I've got little sketches while I've been out and about. So there's a little roadway with a house. Here's, oh yeah, it's just up my road. There's a barn there with a big door and a house on the corner. That was a boy just going past my window on a skateboard. This was the 4th, so a little bit of a sketch up at Shilston Tor. I was just really seeing how the paper reacted to watercolour. And he actually reacted very well. There's a little bit of cockling, but not much and not enough to worry about. On the 7th, I did 2 Morris dancers walking around Widdicombe in the Moor. On the 25th of January, it's another little area near where I live. And if I flick on through, there suddenly turns into lots and lots of pictures of the dogs. Why dogs? Well, because when I'm out walking the dogs, it sort of makes sense to do a sketch of the dogs. There's a little tractor I discovered, very ancient 1960s thing. What else is there? Oh, another dog curled up in her bed. Bit boring really, never mind. What else? That's the Ridgeback curled up in her bed. So I'm not going to go through the whole lot, but basically it's just an indication that carrying something with you all the time means that I can just whip it out, make notes on any subject that I'm thinking about at the time, but also do sketches wherever I might be. So this is the current sketchbook. 2 dogs, more dogs. Whoops, that's today actually. Yep. Morris dance practice, another dog. So I have this with me all the time, and whenever something grabs my attention or I suddenly remember I haven't done a sketch yet that day, it comes out. And the main thing is, doesn't matter what you want to use your notebook for. It could be sketching, could be writing, could be drawing little plans or having ideas. When I planned my new website, I did it on those A6 sheets of paper, and it was very effective. But the main thing is, the only notebook that's worth having is the one that is on you all the time. And that is the setup that I've got now. And I have to admit, the William Hanna paper is just about the best for fountain pens. It's not Tomo River, it's not lightweight and thin. It's, I think, 115 GSM, so you don't get so many pages per notebook. I believe it's 44. Let's just have a quick check. Always a good idea to validate these things before you make a comment. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's actually 40 pages. You count up the number of sheets of paper there are. There's 10 sheets of paper folded over, so that's 20, and there's 2 sides to each, so that's 40. So there are 120 pages when I have 3 of these notebooks around, which is plenty adequate for daily note-taking. These Paper Republics are considerably bigger. They're very nice because they do lie absolutely flat. I mean, that is most appealing. But £17 for one of these. And then it's extra for the postage. And because they use, I forget, was it UPS or they used a particular firm which is always, from my experience, very slow to deliver. So much though I love it, I'm going to stick with William Hanna for the future, I think. A new day, a new jumper. While editing this wonderful little video about William Hanna, aren't they nice people? I suddenly realised I hadn't made an ending to it. So, if you enjoyed that video and if you'd like to see a bit more about my videos, then do please hit the like button and the subscribe and share it with any friends and do all those nice things. And if you want to buy me a coffee or do something along those lines, you're very welcome too. In the meantime, if you're really keen, if you're really interested in helping support an author, you could always go and pre-order Fields of Glory, which is currently available on Amazon and everything else as a pre-order item. It's going to be published on the 25th of April, which is a great day because it's one day before I've got to submit the next book that I'm currently writing. So I better get back to writing. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care. Speak to you soon.